Welcome back. Today we're going to be working on an AP1 S2000 intake manifold. We're going to be putting on this Ballade Sports intake manifold from a K series to a F series intake manifold adapter. This is how it looks. I'm going to flip it around. We're going to be putting this on to here, and we're going to be chopping these unnecessary parts right here. Flip it around. I'm going to be cutting it in sections. That way I do a cleaner job. Also, you're going to be cutting this part right here. I already marked it. So I'm going to be cutting it in sections. Like right here. And right here. And right here. Once you put this adapter plate on your intake manifold, then you're going to trace around. You want to leave a lot more room so you won't do mistakes, and so you're gonna cut less and then shave it down with one of these grinder flapper disc to make like a better shape of it. Same this way. Also on this side, you're gonna have to overlay the hole, and also the bottom one a little bit. I'm going to show you with the adapter on. These are all the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a little pick to scratch, to mark the shape of that you need. You're also going to need marker, gloves, cutting blades, also a Drimble with I think it's called, so the tip you're going to be using is called a carbide bit. You're going to be using it for to overlay the holes on the intake manifold. I'm going to show you right now. And this is for your Drimble. So what you're going to do, once you trace the holes, you're going to use the carbide bit to open the holes a little bit bigger. Right here, and also like right here in the bottom. And I'm going to show you once I put the plate back on the intake manifold to see how it looks. So these is all the tools you're going to need. Okay, so I put the Ballade Sport intake manifold plate from a K series to a F series intake manifold on. This is how it looks. So first you're gonna use that little pick to trace around like that, like make sure it's like scratched. Then you're gonna use the marker to go around the edge. You want to leave this part on, so you're just gonna cut like less and then shave down to the shape that you want. Also on this side, same thing. You're gonna use your little pick and you're just gonna scratch just a little bit where I marked it. And I'm gonna start cutting now. I'm gonna flip it over so you can. So this is how it looks with the plate on. I'm gonna flip it over so you can get a better look. Like I was saying, I'm gonna be cutting in sections. Also, when you cut, take the plate off so it won't get scratched the surface. So I'm gonna start cutting outside. Okay, so I'm outside cutting up the intake manifold for the S2000. I started off with the Dremel, the cutting blade, cutting little sections. So I just made the line with the marker, then I'm just redoing it with the Dremel by cutting it. Right here, then I'm gonna move on to the cutting blade. Then I'm gonna use the saw to cut the rest of it. I'm gonna show you as I go. Okay, so I stopped using the Dremel with the cutting blade and I moved on to the bigger grinder with the blade. So I used the Dremel just to make the small lines. Now I'm making them a lot bigger and cutting them off. I cut this little ear off and I'm gonna continue working. I'm gonna show you progress. So I use the marker, then I use a Dremel to cut it, and I'm using the grinder with the cutting blade to cut more chunks off. Okay, we're doing more progress on it. I recommend you buying these blades right here. These will cut the aluminum like butter. So I moved on to the saw. It makes your job a lot easier. So I started off cutting that nub right here from this one. Then I cut it in sections. So that one broke off. So now I just need to shave down or cut a little bit more. And that's the progress for now. So I started off with this one by cutting that off from here. Then I just cut sections, and this is where we're at right now. I'm probably gonna leave this on to bolt up something and just cut this part or shave it down. Okay, now that you cut all the chunky pieces, which are these right here, I cut them in sections. I use the Dremel. Then I stepped up with the flapper to smooth it out. But I'm gonna show you how it's looking right now. So just take your time. This is how it's looking. I'm gonna flip it over so you can see the other side. So now that I have it on this side, I'll show you on the other side. It looks right now I'm using the grinder to start off the cut. Then I'm gonna use the grinder with the cutting blade. Then I'm gonna use the flapper to smooth out the edges. And these are the pieces that I took off. Okay, once you're done cutting all the excess aluminum from your intake manifold of your S2000, this is a AP1. This is how it looks when you smooth it out. If you're using an ASM or a tuner intake manifold K2F adapter plate, you're gonna need to leave this area just like that. If you're using a ball sport like I am, you're gonna have to cut this part right here and then smooth it out. and that's what I'm going to do right now. Also, you're going to have to overlay these holes, this one right here and this one, and I'm also going to smooth this side right here, and I'm going to show you once it's done. So this is how it looks like when you cut it and you smooth out. I may or may not cut this part right here, trying to make it as clean as possible. Okay. Okay, once you marked the inside of the hole that you're gonna widen up, then you're gonna use your Dremel with a carbide bit. You're gonna take off the intake manifold adapter plate so it won't get scratched, and then you're gonna go inside of here and widen up the holes. That one too, I already marked it. And if you need to cut that off, you're gonna also trace it, cut it off like that. I'm gonna get started. Okay, I'm outside. I widen up the holes on the intake manifold, and this is how it should look. Now it's gonna bolt up to the cylinder head with no problem. Also the bottom one. Before the holes didn't line up, that's the reason why you have to oval out the holes. You can put them on. I'm going to show you how it looks without the adapter plate on there. This is how they should look. See how it goes up and down, it's adjustment. Also on the bottom. And now I'm gonna cut this little ear off. That right there and then. Okay, this is how it looks when you're done cutting the ear right here on the side, which it used to go there, and that's the rest of the aluminum dust. So this is how it's gonna look when you're officially done with your job. Once you cut that ear, this is how it should look. So I started off with the cutting blade with the little Dremel. Then I used the bigger one with the grinder. Then I used the flapper disc to smooth out the sides. And this is how it should look. So now you're done with your K2F intake manifold. That's how it should look. You can also drill a hole here, so you can put a longer bolt for that, the one bolt at the end. You can just leave it like that. You're done.